Budgeting and saving. You work hard for your money, so it's imperative to learn how to manage it. Knowing how to budget and save is an integral part of effective money management. A good budget will help you control expenses and achieve your financial goals. Before you set up your budget, you must estimate your income and expenses. Unexpected expenses will almost surely arise, so you should set aside enough money each month to prepare for them. Managing your money. You've been working hard all week, but Friday is finally here, and it's the day you've been waiting for, payday. There's a great new pair of shoes you've been dying to try on, so you clock out and head to the mall to buy those shoes with your hard-earned cash. But wait, have you checked to make sure there's enough money in your budget? Have you thought about saving that money instead of spending it? Budgeting and saving are fundamentals of effective money management, and becoming familiar with these concepts will lead to a more secure financial future. A future that, with a little bit of budgeting, could even include a pair of new shoes. So, what is money management? It's all about how you direct, control, and handle your money. It may sound complicated, but it's actually a simple two-step process. First, you need to identify how much money you currently have, where it comes from, where it goes, and how much more you expect to receive in the future. This leads to a second step, making smart decisions about how to spend and save your money. The key word is smart. Anything that can be managed can be mismanaged. We've all heard stories about fabulously wealthy celebrities going bankrupt. How does that happen? How can a person with millions of dollars lose it all? It all comes down to bad decisions. It doesn't matter if you have $500 or $5 million. If you make bad decisions regarding your money, you'll soon find yourself without any. The good news is that successful money management is a skill anyone can learn. Estimating income and expenses. In the computer exercise for this chapter, you will be asked to calculate take-home pay and expenses. This exercise ties into the first component of managing your money, understanding your financial situation, which means getting a clear picture of your income and expenses. Your income is all the money that you receive, including irregular income, like money you received for your birthday. Your expenses include everything you spend money on. When calculating your income, you must consider every source, your regular paycheck, gifts, income from odd jobs, and so on. Estimate your current regular monthly pay using your net income or take-home pay, the money you receive after all adjustments and deductions. You can estimate your irregular income, like gifts or money from occasional jobs, by checking your bank account's deposit history. Now you know how much money you can reasonably expect to receive each month. Keep in mind that it is always better to underestimate your income than to overestimate it. Overestimating can leave you short when it comes time to pay your bills. The best way to get an accurate picture of all your expenses or expenditures is to write them down. Track how much you spend each month by saving all receipts and recording all purchases. Some expenditures are large, like rent and electricity, and others are small, such as coffee or gum. But for at least 1 month, keep track of everything. Expenses can be more difficult to track than income because they can fluctuate from month to month. Those that stay the same are called fixed expenses. These include rent, car payments, and insurance. Flexible expenses vary. They include food, gas, and entertainment. Err on the side of overestimating your expenses. If you underestimate, you can end up with a deficit when your income is less than your expenses. Constantly having a deficit can lead to unmanageable debt. Reaching your financial goals. With a clear picture of your income and expenses, you can create a budget. A budget enables you to deal with day-to-day expenses while planning to meet your financial goals. Personal financial goals should be realistic, specific, measurable, and defined within a time frame. Do you have a financial goal? Maybe it's saving enough money to travel abroad for 1 month. That's a realistic goal, but to reach it, you'll need to fill in the specifics. First, you'll need to estimate the costs: airplane tickets, other transportation expenses, hotels, food, admission charges, tips, and so on. Once you have a realistic estimate, you can figure out how long it will take you to save enough money. Identifying and estimating your income and expenses will help you see where to cut back on spending so that you can save more money for your financial goals. Preparing a budget. A budget is an itemized summary of probable expenditures and income for a given period. Your budget will include everything we've talked about: monthly net income, monthly fixed expenses, and monthly flexible expenses. In the computer exercise portion of this lesson, you'll be asked to develop a budget. Take a look at this sample. Notice that there are two columns on the right: the actual expense and the amount that you've budgeted for that purchase. In the row labeled Income Less Expenses, the total is $175. In this instance, there is a surplus, money left over after all expenses have been subtracted from the income. It's a smart idea to put this money in a savings account. You can add to the account each month, saving for an important purchase, or use it for an unexpected expense like car repairs. We'll talk more about these in a minute. Remember, budgeting is a continuous process, and you'll need to review and modify your budget on a regular basis. Saving for the unexpected. It's tempting to spend all the money you have left after paying your bills. After all, you've worked hard for it. But part of managing your money intelligently is being responsible enough to set some aside for unexpected expenses. Some people call this an emergency fund or rainy day fund. Some of these expenses may be positive, like a last-minute getaway. Others might be negative, like a health-related expense not covered by insurance. Ideally, you can cover these using surplus income that you've saved. For the computer exercise, you'll be asked to implement your budget a second time while experiencing an unexpected health-related expense. How much money should you save for such an event? Some financial advisors suggest setting aside 10% of your income every month until you have saved the equivalent of 3 months' regular income. Unfortunately, there is no magic number for everyone. You have to look at what you can afford. If you're having trouble saving money, take a look at your flexible expenses and see where you can cut back. Most people splurge on entertainment and dining out. Try cutting back in these areas and see how much you can save. Saving for the future. It's important to keep your money in a savings account rather than stuffed under your mattress or in a dresser drawer. Why? First, money in a bank cannot be stolen. Second, money stuffed under a mattress doesn't earn interest. Interest is what the bank pays you each month for letting it use your money. It's calculated based on your daily balance. Interest rates range from 0.01% to 5%. The more money you have in an account, the more interest you earn. Some banks charge a monthly fee for a savings account if you do not maintain a minimum balance. Ask about this when setting up your account. Many banks waive the monthly fee for savers under 18 years of age. A savings account works best when you put money in every month and do not take any out except for emergencies, or when you have saved enough to cash in on a financial goal. Think of the money you put into your savings account as an investment in your future. Each time you put money in your savings account, you're paying yourself. Here's what to look for in a basic savings account: no or low monthly fee, free online banking, competitive interest rate, Reasonable monthly balance. Summary. You work hard for your money, so it's imperative to learn how to manage it. Knowing how to budget and save is an integral part of effective money management. Before you set up your budget, you must estimate your income and expenses. A good budget will help you control expenses and achieve your financial goals. Unexpected expenses will almost surely arise, so you should be sure to set aside enough money each month to prepare for them. Please note that key terms follow in your textbook, and these might be a good way to review your learning from the reading.